So we have an empty folder area that allows us to create items in here. And the first thing we need to do is to build an area for the release of the documentation. And that's just a general, what we call Blackboard item. So you go to hover over build content and you click item. And again, I've pre-populated some text fields in over here that make this useful. So I've got a CMP 1032 time constrained assessment document release item title. So I can just copy and paste that in there. And then I've got again some standard template text that says this is where you get your time constrained assessment for. Now obviously what we need to do now is we need to attach to this the actual exam questions and what they're going to look like. So literally you just attach the file to this item, and by attaching the file to the item you can click here and basically say, okay, this is where I'm going to get this from. I'm going to browse my computer, I'm going to upload the file that is actually the question paper. Now I've got a massive great pile of documents that are available to me. I can go anywhere on my computer to find this, but for the sake of argument I'll upload this one, the deadline and EC COVID-19 guidance document that just happened to be in the folder that I was looking for. You can upload the standard questions from whatever folder you need. So we upload there and you'll see this automatically says, here's the document I'm going to create a link for inside this item. That then is the exam questions set ready inside the item for students to view it. Now, this is the important bit as far as this folder is concerned. Obviously, what we don't want to do is release the exam questions in advance of the actual time when the exam starts. So what we're actually doing now is we're going to automate the process by which students can see this. And the way we do this is we restrict this is called the standard options bit. We restrict the visibility of this area. So effectively what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that button there that says display after. That then gives me the opportunity to say, okay, I need to know what date this exam is going to be on. So at that point you'd refer to the other spreadsheet you had open, which details the date of the submission, i.e. the date that this exam takes place. I happen to know for this particular module it's going to be on the 4th of May. So you can click on a calendar and click the 4th of May 2020. Now I know that this is a 3-hour exam, so this is when I would go back to this spreadsheet that I had opened previously, and in my college the submission deadline is going to be 6 o'clock, but for a 3-hour exam it's already worked out for me what the start time is. It's 1:30 p.m. So I can now click this time and this is midnight and early hours of the morning, so 1:30 p.m. is that link there. Now what's now going to happen is the students can enter this folder, but they'll only see this particular item where the document with the questions is on it. They'll only see that from the 4th of May 2020 at 1:30, which is, from my original spreadsheet, the submission time, the start time for this particular time constrained exam. There is a display until setting. We could set that to the end time of the exam, but actually, in all honesty, it doesn't really make that much difference because students are going to do their 3 or 4 hour exam and then they're going to move away from it. You could, if you wish to, play safe and say, well, actually, I'm going to make sure that this disappears on the same day and I'm going to make it disappear. We know that our deadline is around 6 o'clock, but let's play safe. Let's say 8 p.m. So I can just type in here a time. That will now disappear and no longer be visible in this site from 8 p.m. on that day. And all we then do is click submit. And what will now happen is it will open up and show me. I'll be able to see it because I'm the administrator for the site. I've now got a time constrained assessment document release that currently it's not entirely clear, but that's actually grayed out. You can't actually see that as a full item code right now, but you can double check it because it actually gives you the availability here. It says availability, this item is not available. So that means students cannot currently see it. I can, administrators can, but the students can't see it. And it will be made available on the 4th of May 2020 at 1:30. And that link there gives the students the opportunity to, once it's visible, they can download that exam paper. If, for example, your TCA paper had to be changed or rewritten, you don't have to generate anything new. You can actually go back in here. You see this little grey drop-down chevron. If you click on that, you can drop down a box that says edit. And if the exam paper just happened to be redone and needed to be changed, you don't have to go through the whole process of recreating the session. You can actually just go back in here, and if you see over here underneath the attachments, there's a mark for removal button. I can actually delete that one there and then upload a new document by browsing the computer and putting the correct version in. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as it is and just click cancel. But hopefully that shows you how you can go back in and change the paper if you've either uploaded the wrong one or the document has been updated. So that's how students are going to get their papers on the release date of the assessment set in advance on Blackboard, so nobody needs to be around in order to make that happen. I hope that's clear. We then move on to the actual upload area.